Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
Hello and welcome to the Healthy Living Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Grumbine, and today I'm going to be talking about a new company called Willow Springs Wellness. And for those who don't know me, I'm an entrepreneur and a health geek, and I'm also in a current battle with squamous cell carcinoma. So there's a lot of things going on, and I come with a wealth of experience, and I'm not afraid to go take on difficult tasks. And the reason this podcast exists is because I've spent my whole life, well, I've spent the last good chunk of my life seeking a healthy lifestyle, seeking, uh, you know, what we're all seeking, youth and vibrance and health. And I've discovered that we've got way too much information, a lot of it bad. We've got way too many influences, a lot of them bad, things that we are told are a certain way. I don't believe necessarily are. I think that the influences on our healthcare are particularly bad. We've got giant companies that exist to create and sell drugs, and we fall prey to the belief that those drugs are there to help us, and sometimes they do help us. That's what makes it also misleading is the devil's in the details. A lot of times bad things are hidden within good things, and really the point of this whole thing is to build a community where we can have resources that we can rely on. So I just created a platform where people can come in and talk and tell me about your story. And I don't have an agenda other than I want to give everybody a chance to tell their story. If it in some way can tell us uh, something that you did or something that you avoided, something you did to bring you health, or something that caused you your health to break down, let's hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's share this information so that we all can learn from it. And we're not going to be stuck by some company trying to feed us information, trying to sell us something. Now, sometimes you need to buy something, and the hardest part is where do you find it? And I think that that's what this community is all about. And if you know me, I've been a formulator of natural products for, oh, since the mid 80s. And I never liked the way modern medicine worked with me. So I was always trying to find an answer separate from that. And I believe the answers are out there. I believe it's difficult. I believe that everybody has their own set of answers. And that's what makes it so difficult for doctors, for practitioners of all types. You got to put your time in. You got to spend your time with the client, and you got to get to know the problem so that you can find the answer. Textbooks will have suggestions. They'll have guide points that say, hey, we've noticed a lot of times if you do this, that'll happen. But a good practitioner really needs to spend their time with the person. Let's find out all the details. Let's figure out what the nature of the problem is so we can get and start solving it. And that's where I decided, we have this company where we make products, and I was sort of mired in that because of the way we set our business up. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with those details. We also launched Gardens of Hope 2 years ago almost, and we created this botanical garden and wildlife sanctuary where people come and they receive therapeutic horticulture, education, all kinds of healing comes out of this place. And we're starting to work with practitioners, and we have a yoga teacher that comes out now, and we've had a few events and things like that to bring people together. Well, it came to me that, one of the things that was, well, I'm going through this journey to kill this cancer that's trying to kill me. I've been approaching a number of different practitioners in trying to find, you know, holistic modalities of healing so that I don't have to deal with radiation and chemo. That's my goal here. And holy shit, the price of these things and even the demand of these things. So, in looking for ozone therapy, the one clinic that was nearby, first of all, just to find anybody is more difficult enough. And then you look at your resources and, there's this clinic down in Mexico, and there's this guy up in Tahoe, and there's this place in Florida, a place in Arizona. There's places here and there. And then I go and find this local place, and they're booked till April. And just then you finally find a place in Palm Springs, and that's going to cost me 5 grand a pop. And then there's this other place in Encinitas, and that's $1,100. Just these huge costs involved with all of these treatments. And then we also look at one of the problems where everybody's marketing their own shit. Everybody is selling their stuff, and rightly so. You get trained in a excuse me, a skill, a modality, and you need to make a living, and you should. And that's part of sort of this balance, because I know that practitioners sometimes, um, they get a little name for themselves, they get a little reputation. All of a sudden, the prices go through the roof. And, if you can get away with it, then so be it. It's fair market, free market. I don't fault you. But what I am doing is saying, well, what about for the rest of us? What about for those of us who want a natural solution, don't have expendable income that says, oh, I've got thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. What if we had a company that was a consulting service and a resource center that said, well, we're connected to a number of different nonprofits. We're connected to a number of different practitioners. We're connected to a number of vendors, some of whom have some compassionate programs. What if, no matter who you were, rich or poor, uh, healthy or completely disabled, could come here, and whether it is for um, biohacking, trying to stay young and stay healthy, or trying to resolve from some sort of a, you know, system that's going to kill you right away. I've been given 4 months to live. What can I do? Well, all of these things have an answer here at the Willow Springs Wellness Company, and I think that that's what I'm trying to share. And I'm still dealing with my oil in my head, so you're going to have to put up with my wandering a little bit. I'm trying to keep things focused, but I really think this is important. And so now, instead of being just my Willow Creek Springs company that is, a manufacturer of these natural products and having to deal with all the regulations and all of this, I'm just going to be a consultant. And why would you want to listen to me as a consultant? Well, I have solved a lot of problems, from financial problems to freedom problems to health problems, and I'm currently solving the biggest problem of them all. And when I beat this cancer, I will be an expert at beating my cancer. Regardless of all this, it's not just about what I know, it's about who I know. And the people that are finding these practices and treatments not only valuable, but are willing to offer them in a way that isn't just going to break the bank. Working with nonprofits that are willing to maybe put some scholarship programs together, working with veterans, working with all sorts of special needs folks. I believe that this resource center is going to be a model that hopefully takes off around the world. So think about this, okay? We're located in Paris, California, Southern California, between LA and San Diego. We have at our fingertips this botanical garden that we currently use. I have currently a number of practitioners that we're talking about working together. I'm offering consulting already today. We have resources of the products that we make, and now I'm not going to be stuck to just our, holistic products with CBD. I'm going to be able to talk about other plant medicines, people that I'm connected with, medicine people, healers, people that have all kinds of expertises and skills, working with some frequency devices. We're working on getting a hyperbaric chamber out here, infrared saunas. We've already got a cold pool and a steam sauna. And I really believe that as this thing develops and grows, it's going to have something for everybody. Imagine just being interested in learning more about alternative therapies. You have cancer, you have lupus, you have whatever the deal is. What if you could come and talk to somebody who would say, well, let's look at your problem. What is your problem? What are your goals? And then let's create a plan. I am confident that we can find a solution for everybody. And I don't know that it's going to necessarily be the only one solution that you have in your mind, but there's a divine best solution for everybody. And I'm confident we can help you find it. And whether it's something that we offer directly today, right now, whether it's something that we're going to work on to create a relationship, whether it's here in Southern California, whether it's in some other place, we can work remotely. We're already talking with other practitioners in other places. If we don't have it in-house, we refer you. Ultimately, maybe we create some kind of a network. I'm really excited about this, and we have clients already starting to submit their input registration forms. Vendors, people who make products, are starting to get with us, and also practitioners. And even if you have another sanctuary type place, a retreat center, a place where people can come and find solace and wellness, even if you do things that we do, I'd like to talk to you. So get with me. You can either connect through this um, podcast link, or grumbinejoe@gmail.com is a good email. And I hope to be talking a lot more about this. I feel like it's starting to get a pretty warm reception. We're getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of questions, and I am here to build the best wellness resource center we can. All right, guys, I appreciate you putting up with my wanderings today, and we will talk soon.
This has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. We produce this show so that people can share their stories, people that have overcome obstacles, people that are undergoing obstacles. We're building a community of health-minded individuals. If you're interested in supporting the show, please leave a review on the platform you're listening to it on. If you're interested in becoming a guest, please send an email to itsjoegrumbine@gmail.com, or you can send a note into the notes section of the podcast. All right, well, thank you for supporting this show, and we hope you've enjoyed it.